What's up, all you wonderful cosplayers and prop masters? So check it out. I've gotten a couple of questions through my comments from moldy_soup about the hat I use for my John Marston cosplay, and biggestbird-FW9QR about the vest I used for my John Marston costume. So I figured, why not kill two stones with one bird and talk about the hat and vest in one video. So basically, to start off here, this hat was a $10 hat that I bought at a store that it sold things for like birthday parties and things like that, costuming things. Anyway, it was a very cheap hat. Literally, buy any hat that has the shape that you want for your John Marston cosplay, whether it's felt, leather, or whatever. Seriously, just get whatever hat you want to use, and from there, that's when the fun happens. So basically, I took whatever, it may have had a band on here before, but I ripped that off, and I got just a regular black leather belt. So my first iteration of this hat had much better metal rings. In fact, these aren't metal at all. That one got lost. Anyway, so I remade it, and these are actually just rubber, what do you call them? O-rings. These are just O-rings that I used wire, drilling holes in the belt, and I used wire to tie them in and keep them attached. Well, actually, I went all the way through the hat and attached them, so the belt and the little metal pieces are all attached that way. Or you could hot glue it or glue it, or sew it. Whatever skills you have, use them. And I'm sure most of you have greater skills than myself. To give it sort of that dusty, worn look, well, I did put the little notch in the front of his hat there, there's a metal band through here. I cut it with some wire cutters. And then I threw some character powder, some just makeup character powder, a couple different colors, lighter and darker. But literally, you could toss this around in the dirt, throw some mud on it, let it dry, give it a very authentic, worn look. But really, yeah, there's not much to this thing. And then, like Yankee Doodle, I stuck a freaking feather in it. I did not call it macaroni, however. It's just a hat, John Marston's hat. Hopefully, this helps you out, Moldy Soup. Like I said, there's really not much to it. Get a belt, attach some either little metal ring pieces, oblong ring pieces, whether you glue them on or wire them in like I did. Like literally, the sky's the limit for this thing. But I mean, it turned out well for the costume. This is just one of two hats that I use for my Red Dead Redemption cosplays anyway. So if you have any more questions, Moldy Soup, or anybody else out there, let me know and we can go into more detail on that one. Alright, so here's the vest. This was a denim jacket that I bought from Walmart, and I cut the sleeves off and turned it into a vest. Now, biggestbird-FW9QR was basically asking how I weathered it. Now, this is another situation where there are a million ways to skin this cat. Hold that thought. I'm cooking some delicious chicken, and so I had to attend to that. Anyway, all I did was I got onto the game and I took some screenshots of this particular vest on John Marston and just tried to get in some close-ups on it to see where on his vest there are different holes and shredded pieces, patches, stitches, things like that. So here's kind of a wider view of it. I also, with mine, to make it a little bit shorter because it hung down a little farther, I did a very strange thing. I hemmed it, I flipped it up inside out, and I believe I just freaking hot glued it. And then I just did some stitching along the bottom here. I would hope that anybody out there wanting to make this vest would do a much better job than I did. And I'm not trying to put myself down, I'm just saying, through the years you learn new techniques and you gather different types of inspiration from people. But anyway, so as far as the coloration, one thing that I haven't done on this yet that I should do is I want to do a bleach wash on it. So basically put it in a 5-gallon bucket with just a little bit of bleach and a lot of hot water, and just let that thing sit in there for just, I don't know, a few minutes, I don't know. But what you want to do is you want to really fade this thing, because I guess on the original Red Dead Redemption, it was more of a gray color, to be honest. It was a little more vibrant in Red Dead Redemption 2. But yeah, I would give it a wash to take out some of that indigo, some of that vibrant blue. And then I added a whole lot of character powder, just like with the hat or any other thing that I do where I need it to look dirty. Character powder, I probably threw this on the ground outside in the backyard and kicked it around in the dirt, to be honest with you. That's a more organic approach to it, a more natural approach. But anyway, look at the screenshots and find wherever you see holes in his clothing and replicate them. You could use rasps. You can cut it with a blade, but then you wanna sand it, rasp it. You wanna make it look more naturally hewn and not like it was cut on purpose. This is just some leather thread, and what did I do? Drill some holes or something and just stitched it through because I saw that on his vest on the game. With the back here, same thing, just replicate the holes you see. You could even use like a lighter to burn some of the frays. There's so many ways to do this. But anyway, it turned out nicely. I believe Biggest Bird FW9QR bought a denim vest as well. And so really, techniques will be very similar, but you will also discover a whole lot of different things on your own as you do it. So good luck on your projects. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it all. Be good to each other out there, and as always, be inspired.